Now, what is a stock catalyst? There are two types of catalysts that a stock can have. The first is stock specific, and the second is group specific, and I'll come to that in a moment. The most common type of catalyst is the earnings. Now, this could be positive or negative based on how the earnings turn out to be. But for my purposes, since I'm mostly a long only trader, I just focus on good earnings. In the case of biotechs, you'll often not find any kind of earnings data since they are all experimenting and developing drugs and have not really started selling anything. So in the case of biotechs, it's either trial data or FDA approval. And those will create huge gaps in the stock and end up acting exactly like the earnings does as a strong catalyst for that stock. Another really common catalyst is a new product. So think of Apple when it launched the iPod, or think of on when it started selling those sports shoes, or Lululemon when it comes out with the mirror. Any company coming out with a radical new product can also serve as a catalyst for that stock to start a new uptrend. New CEO is another really strong catalyst, especially if the market does not like the previous CEO and he's being replaced by a superstar CEO, who has a really good track record. Then this can gap up a stock and serve as a catalyst. Entry in a new market is usually really positive since that leads to a lot of revenue expansion for the company. So think of an American company that's also starting to operate in South America or starts to sell in Asia. That can be a strong catalyst. A new government policy. So this can be super strong since it changes the outlook for the entire industry often for a stock. So think of solar stocks recently or EV stocks. Recently with the new administration, they were given a lot of subsidies and that brought down the costs of their products a lot, increased their margins, and it led to a huge surge in a lot of solar stocks temporarily. Partnerships or JVs are another super common catalyst. So usually when two stocks partner up, it usually leads to a gap up in one of them and a gap down in the other, because one usually benefits a lot more from the partnership than the other does, or one ends up overpaying. And these can also start a new rally in the stock. Now, there's also catalysts that are group specific and not just stock specific. So they affect the entire group or industry that a stock is in. So think of it as, say, if Bitcoin gets a boost, like a new country adopts it as its formal currency, or government regulations against Bitcoin are slashed, that action itself serves as a catalyst for the entire crypto sector. So at a time like that, you will see stocks like Mara or Riot or Bitto or the ETF block, all of them running together based on the same news. And that is also a very valid and strong catalyst for stocks. Or usually there'll be one or two groups at any given time that become really hot groups, and you'll have a buzzword. Like currently, there is a new technology called AI, and AI itself has just become a buzzword. And any company that announces the launch of any product that contains AI, or even a company that announces its plans to look into AI, immediately gets a boost. Like Lucy, for example, last week announced that it's going to develop AI glasses or eyewear, and suddenly got a pop on that because it put itself into this really hot group. So how do you find these catalysts? Let's take the example of EVCM. This stock popped up on my earnings winners scan the other day, and it met all the other criteria. It was breaking out of a range, and it was starting a new uptrend. So I wanted to check what the catalyst behind this big move was. So here's what I do. I go on this website called finviz.com, and this is completely free, especially for what I'm going to be looking for. The data is completely free, and you don't need to create an account or buy a subscription. So you just go on finviz.com and type in the ticker name. In this case, I typed in EVCM, and you scroll down to the part where you start to see all the news articles about it. So after you've searched for the ticker, you look for the latest news that the company has. And this is the news on the day of the gap up. You can see in the morning, it says, management software company EverCommerce explores sales. Sources. And very importantly, you want to check who is publishing this, because the quality of the news service as well determines how legitimate that news is. So in this case, we see that Reuters is reporting this, and that is a very high quality, legitimate source. So that means this news is trustworthy and reliable. Now that we've established that the news is reliable, let's check how strong this catalyst is. So usually when a company explores sales, it is a pretty strong catalyst because it's very likely that this company will be bought out on a premium or at a much higher price than it's currently trading at. So this can act as a very strong catalyst. And based on this, I would add this to my earnings winners list.